7, Unit 1, Lesson 5, Part 2, Dividing Integers, the examples from the notes. Okay, when we are dividing integers, you can ignore the sign, do your division, then go back and determine what the sign should be based on the sign rules. Remember, the sign rules are the same as for multiplication. Positive divided by positive is positive, and negative divided by negative is positive. If you get one negative, then you end up getting a negative. So negative divide positive or positive divide negative will both give you a negative result. So example 134, 93 divided by 31, see, ignoring the negative, is 3. Now we go back and use the negative to decide if the answer is positive or negative. Positive divided by negative, there's one negative, so the answer is negative 3. Okay, example 135. First, divide ignoring the signs. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Now let's decide if it's positive or negative. Negative divide negative is positive, so the answer is positive 4. Okay, example 136. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now decide what the sign is going to be. It's positive divide positive, so the answer is positive. Example 137. 0 divided by 10. First, ignore the signs and divide. 0 divided 10 is 0. Now, as far as positive or negative goes, 0 is neither positive nor negative, so we don't have to worry about that. The answer is just 0. Example 138. 100 divides 0. 0 we cannot divide by, so this is undefined. You cannot divide by 0. Okay, example 139. 2,000 divided by negative 50. To help out with dividing here, you can reduce this as you would a fraction, and then you get 200 divided by negative 5. Ignoring the signs and just doing the division, 5 goes into 2 0 times, 5 goes into 24 times. Bring down the 0, 5 goes into 0 0 times, and now I'm at the decimal point. I've got remainder 0. So the answer here is 40, and there's positive divide negative. The answer is going to be negative 40. Okay, you also need to be able to use substitution. Evaluate each expression. Use the value d equals 3, f equals 9, g equals negative 27, and h equals 0. So example 140, df divided by g. d is 3, f is 9, and g is negative 27. Now, I've purposely made a mistake. Let's go back and fix it. D next to f, this right here we learned in the last lesson, means multiplication. So it's not 39, it's 3 times 9. Now we need to simplify this down. Let's go ahead and multiply 3 times 9. We get 27 divided by negative 27. Ignore the signs and divide. 27 divided 27 is 1. Positive divide negative will make it negative 1. So my answer, negative 1. Next example. G over dh. G is negative 27. D is 3 and h times 0. Okay, 3 times 0 is just 0. So this is negative 27 divided by 0. And little bells or alarms should go off in your head. Dividing by 0 is not possible. So this number doesn't exist. It is undefined. Okay, example 142. HF divided by D. H is 0 times F, 9, divided by D, 3. 0 times 9 divided by 3. 0 times 9 would be 0. 0 divided by 3 is 0. So the answer here is 0. We don't have to worry about the sign since the answer came out to be 0. Okay, next. Division is used to find the ratio between two numbers, how big a new number is relative to an original number. The ratio of two numbers tells you how large one number is in comparison to another. Ratio equals new number divided by original number. Consider each example that asked for a comparison of numbers. Calculate the ratio. Joey has $13. His sister Janelle has $91. How many times more money does Janelle have than Joey? Okay, we are comparing Janelle to Joey. So since we're making the comparison to Joey, Joey's information will go on bottom. Janelle on top. So Janelle has $91 compared to Joey's $13. That is 7 times as much money. Now there are two ways to make comparisons. You can compare using division. You find out how many times something is then compared to another. Or you can use subtraction. You find out how much more. If I would have compared Janelle and Joey by subtraction, I would find out that Janelle has $78 more than Joey has. But as far as a ratio, Janelle has 7 times as much as Joey. Okay, Peyton worked hard over the summer and increased his savings from $60 to $540. How many times more money does he have at the end of the summer as compared to the beginning? We are comparing the end of the summer to the beginning of the summer. So we're going to put beginning of summer on bottom. The end of the summer saw Peyton having $540. The beginning of the summer was $60. I'm going to go ahead and divide top and bottom by 10 to make this easier to divide. 54 divided by 6 is 9. So Peyton had 9 times as much money at the end of the summer as compared to the beginning of the summer. Okay, on your assignment, number 1, you're going to divide if possible. Remember, if you divide by 0, it's not possible, so you'll put undefined. Remember with these, divide with it ignoring the sign, then go back and decide if it's positive or negative. Number 2, you're going to plug in the numbers and evaluate. Number 3, find the mean. Remember that the mean is the equal share average. You add them up and divide by the number of numbers. Number 4, find the area of the triangle. Remember, area of triangle is 1/2 base times height. Number 5, you're going to do order of operations. Number 6, you're going to solve. That's a 6th grade solving problem. Number 7, which of these doesn't belong? And then explain why. One thing you might notice is they're all division, and they have the same number on top as bottom if you ignore the sign. So the only thing that can be different between them is whether it's positive or negative is the answer. That's probably what you need to look for. Number 8, you're going to do a 1-paragraph response here, a 3 to 5 sentence paragraph, explaining why division by 0 is not possible. I did go over that in the other video, and you might consider looking to that other video for ideas on how to answer that.